seriously offended by this.
All I'm asking is that we don't make it only that. The United States of America is not only that,
but that is part of it.
That was all I was saying.
Did this country enslave Africans? Did this country take away the land of the Native Americans? Did this country have Jim Crow and black codes? That's not in my imagination.
No, it's not.
And still there are articles.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call halal YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Barakatam. It's the brother Kazar Yah from Meneval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and this lesson is inspired, through the short lesson I believe Elder Apostle Tahar made. Let me see real quick. Khan. All right, so it's inspired by, lesson Elder Apostle Tahar made. You got next, E. You know what I'm saying, brothers in this knowledge. You already know what the E stands for, man. Brother, the Elder Apostle Tahar said, watch the actual video. Where this Nina Turner lady, she calls out a racist CNN panel. And yo, man, these devils, man, they hold themselves not guilty, for real. After watching this, you know what I'm saying, and seeing their attitude, toward the way, basically toward when their charges get brought up, as far as slavery goes, the oppression goes, the genocide goes of our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They have an indifferent and casual attitude, hence why the lady was saying that they have a cavalier attitude. So let's, without further ado, go into the word cavalier. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into the definition. All right. So word cavalier, and it says showing a lack of proper concern or offhand. And then you got similes, similar words is offhand, indifferent, casual, and that's really how, the majority of these devils get, when brought up with the charges that their forefathers have committed against our people. And it's not even just their forefathers, but them too, because they playing into this whole, system of white supremacy. All right, the system of white supremacy. And it's ultimately them not holding themselves not guilty for the slaying and the destruction of our people, man. All right, but Yahawah Shem Yahawashi requires that which is past. You see, these devils, man, they think because they in rulership right now, they think, their people is in charge, that ain't nothing going to happen to them. That's why you see this she-devil to the left, man. She had that, let me see, she had that little, here it is. So-called black woman, she an Israelite woman. She's talking about the country's history, right? She's talking about the country's history, and she's just gonna have this little smirk, you know what I'm saying? That's that cavalier attitude, all right? And that represents, the attitude of a lot of I don't even say a lot. I'd say the majority of these Edomites, man. All right, that's what they really think, and they don't really care. Okay, you could bring up about all the killings, all the slavery. They don't care. Why? Because they are our enemies, man, and they have that perpetual hatred against us. All right, they have that perpetual hatred against us, man, and it's spiritual because this being a so-called Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Where the tribes is, especially the Southern Kingdom, the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, so-called black people here in America, man. They take this time of year to reflect on the past. You know what I'm saying? The majority of them, and they see that really nothing has changed and nothing will change in this country, man. Expect no change from this devil. And that's the thing about these these spokespeople, you know what I'm saying, these so-called Black, Latino, Native American spokespeople, that go to these news panels and so on and so forth, want to become activists, You know, they think that this devil is gonna change his mind and start, you know, making changes for the better of the nation of Israel, which is a lie. All right, that's a pipe dream. All right, this devil will not change, man. All right, you see their attitude when the past gets brought up. That's how they get, man. All right, that's how they get. And this is, and the reason why I say this is because this isn't just the only time, you know, I've seen this attitude from these devils, man. All right, on this news, on the CNN news panel, no. All right, you go out to the highways and hedges, you got the occasional Edomite that comes along. He doesn't care, man. All right, he doesn't care when brought up about the past, man. They don't care, man. All right, you look at different brothers' channels, they pushing camp. You got Edomites come up all proud, man. You know, they don't care. They know that their ancestors did ours wrong. All right, and they think they can't be touched for it. That's the pride of their heart deceiving them, even at a low level, man. You know, that's the pride of their heart deceiving them, even at a low level. All right, and then you got the elites on the high level. You know, they're super deceived, man, by their pride, because they think that they could actually fight against YAHAWASHI himself. You know, but it is what it is, man. All right, these devils got a real rude awakening. Okay, they got a real rude awakening coming. All right, and they're gonna go into captivity, man. Thus says the scriptures, man. Thus says the Bible. All right, they're gonna go into captivity. So without further ado, let's get into the lesson. All right, so we're gonna go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. All right, now let me start at verse 7. And it reads, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon." The daughter of Babylon is America. All right. Zion, you know, represents our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Israelite foreigners, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. It's going to look like the other nations. They got the curses too, worldwide. Verse 8, "For thus saith YAHAWASHI of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you." Okay? Because we were spoiled out here, man. All right, we built this country up. You know, the so-called Native Americans, so-called Latino indigenous that originally owned the land, they were slaughtered out, man. They were slaughtered out. They were spoiled. They were enslaved too. All right. You got so-called black people that were brought here on slave ships to work the land. All right, because they were killing off the indigenous populations at such a rapid pace. They weren't able to enslave them, man. You know, which they were going in. You know, they were being enslaved. You know what I'm saying? But they were just killing them off rapidly, man. You know, his conditions were terrible, man. All right, horrific. Okay, so it reads, "For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye." All right, and there's going to be a recompense for all this, man. YAHAWASHI has made a recompense for all of this. Okay, I'm going to read it again. "For thus said YAHAWASHI of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye." All right, and these devils touched our people, man. All right, they put our people in slavery. All right, they did all types of wickedness to our people. All right, all types of genocide, all types of murder, rape, robbery, and they dealt treacherously with us, man. All right, look at the so-called Native Americans, man. How many peace treaties? And these devils still got the nerve to build oil pipelines, pollute the waters to their lands. You know what I'm saying? And then when they protest against it, you know, these devils is over here throwing tear gas at them, throwing rocks at them. You know, you got common, you know, regular Edomites going to where Gad is over there protesting, throwing rocks at them, and the police let that slide. All right, why? Because this devil will never change, man. And that's one of the things you Israelites have to understand. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have to understand this devil will never change because he has a perpetual hatred for us, man. All right, see, us in his knowledge, we have that understanding. We understand that this devil will not change, man. We understand that this devil will not change. All right, no matter how many times you get on the street and march down the street yelling Black Lives Matter, you know, no matter how many times you get on the street talking about the raza, you know what I'm saying? Well, what about the indigenous? You know, representing your reservations, you know, which you were marginalized to live in, forced to live there. You know, meanwhile, this devil living off the fatness of this land. You know, but you think that by expressing, you know, how, you know what I'm saying? You think by going to his medias and his kingdom, going to the devil and expressing your discontent is going to make him feel bad for you and make him change stuff for you. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen that way, man. All right. And on the contrary, this devil isn't about to change things for the better for you. He about to come down on you having great wrath. Why? Because he knows that he has but a short time. All right. Because we're waking up to who we are. Verse 9. All right. Let me see. Con. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants, and ye shall know that YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI hath sent me. All right, that's why, you know what I'm saying, these heathens, man, starting with the so-called white man, they're going to be destroyed, man. All right, they're going to be destroyed, and they got a lot to pay for. All right, like I'm going to read it again. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And who are the servants? All right, it's the children of Israel. All right, and who are the ones that are going to be a spoil? These nations. All right, and this is biblical prophecy. And ye shall know that YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI of hosts hath sent me. All right. So let's go to another scripture. All right, hold themselves not guilty. All right, so still in the book of Zechariah. All right, and it reads, the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. All right, because who are our possessors? This is so-called white man. All right, and you got these other nations too that are, you know, that are ruling over us. You know what I'm saying? They're put in higher positions in this society, you know. But who's the main possessor of the tribes, man? These are so-called white men, the Edomites, man. All right. So verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. All right. Because what this woman did is she brought up all the charges that this devil has done to our people. She brought up the slavery. She brought up the genocide of the so-called Native Americans. All right, and you see their attitude towards it, man. You see their reaction. They don't care. They're psychopaths. They are a nation of psychopaths. Okay, simply put, man. They're nations of psychopaths. They got the spirit of Cain in them. All right, that's why she could have that little smile, like, you know, she doesn't care, like she some type of, you know, like she's basically stooping over this Israelite woman, you know? But it is what it is, man. All right? The chickens are going to come home to roost. All right? And that does say YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. All right? So verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. All right? And that's what you see in this wicked queendom, man. That's what you see. You see these cops shooting down so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and they get away with it, man. All right, they get away with it. You got Native Americans that get kidnapped and abducted. You know what I'm saying? The cops close the case, man. You know, you got, shoot, man, black and Latinos getting shot down in the streets. You know, except there's a media blockage on the so-called Latinos, but they still getting shot down in the streets, man. These devils hold themselves not guilty, man. You know, they hold themselves not guilty, but it is what it is, man. All right, verse Salakia, continue on reading. And they that sell them say, blessed be YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Okay, and that's really the position that these devils have that cavalier attitude from. All right, the riches that they have made off our backs, man, that they have made off the labor of the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. They cavalier on a position of comfort, but real soon YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI is going to shut this country down, and you two-time losers, man, and that's the name that we have for you low-level Edomites. All right, you two-time losers is going to be assed out, man. All right, ain't going to be no cavalier attitude, you know what I'm saying, when all hell breaks loose, man. All right, because you best believe these elites is going to be in the bunkers, and even these elites are not going to have that cavalier attitude. All right, they might have it for a while, you know, being in the bunkers. You know what I'm saying? But when YAHAWASHI is kicking down them doors, man, that cavalier attitude about to disappear, man. Ain't gonna be no poker face in the face of YAHAWASHI, man. All right, there ain't gonna be no devil with a poker face in front of YAHAWASHI and the Bacharium, which is the elect, man. All right, the house of David. Ain't gonna be none of that, man. All right, because why? They're gonna be put in slavery, man. All right, let's read that in the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. All right, let me see. Should I start at verse 1? Yeah, let's start at verse 1. All right, so book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For YAHAWASHI will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. All right, and this is yet to happen. All right, you see them converts, them imposters in our lands right now. You know, they think that this scripture has already been fulfilled, but where's the Messiah at? You know, that's how you know they're not the real people. They're the synagogue of Satan, man. All right, so it reads, for YAHAWASHI will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. All right, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of in the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of YAHAWASHI for servants and handmaids. Okay, that's what's gonna happen to the nations. All right, they're gonna become servants and handmaids, man. They're gonna go into hardcore slavery, man. All right, continue on reading. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Okay, and that's what it is. All these nations who we serve captivity under. All right, they're gonna go into hardcore slavery under us, man, and we're gonna be ruling them with the rod of iron, and that's thus said the scriptures. All right, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And that's why these elites is getting all these agendas off and popping, man. All right, that's why they're popping off all these agendas. Why? Because they know that they have but a short time, pursuing the Revelations chapter 12 and 12. They know that they have but a short time. You see, I believe through the Spirit, they're probably the ones who don't have a cavalier attitude. They're the ones who are truly concerned about their future as a nation. All right, and they should be. Okay, they should be, because, you know, they being on that high level, you know, they see the chariots, man. You know, they see the chariots, you know. You know what I'm saying? So they see the brothers waking up, you know, so hey, man, they probably concerned in them bunkers, man. You know, they probably concerned in them bunkers with the Rothschilds, different banking families. All right, and then you got the elites of these other nations, man. All right, they're concerned. All right, they still got that pride in them. You know, they're still gonna try to fight against YAHAWASHI, but they're gonna be broken down, man. All right, a flawless victory. But as far as these little two-time losers, man, these little low-level Edomites, such as this she-devil right here, and not just her, man, the whole panel, you know, because you even got the Salaki, let me see right quick. You know, you even got these other Edomites right here, man. You know, they want to fake the funk, act like they're, you know, concerned and act like they care, but they don't care. Deep down, they don't care, man. They want to see her. They want to see her be quiet already, man. You know, they want to see her shut her mouth and move on with the topic already. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all these low-level Edomites, they really should be concerned, man. You know, because they're losing out on the bunkers. They're losing out, you know what I'm saying, on ultimately they're losing out on living, man, the real fatness of the land. Why? Because these Rothschilds, you know, these different banking families is hogging up all the riches. You know, got them living off breadcrumbs, man. You know. So anyways, let's keep on going. Let's go to the book of what's that scripture? I believe it's chapter 20. Gone. All right, so we're gonna go to the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22, and then we're gonna close out. All right, so book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22. And it reads, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Okay? And that's what's going to happen. All right? In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Now, by this time, they're going to be in the bunkers, man. All right? They're going to be in the bunkers. They're going to be hiding. All right? They're going to think that they got their New World Order popped off. You know what I'm saying? Set up, because they don't chip some people. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning he shall be bounded up, man. All right? When he is about to fill his belly, YAHAWASHI shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right? Which actually that's going into other stuff. But that basically goes into how these devils, man, they're going to be, they're going to get got, man. All right? That's what's going to happen to these devils. All right? Now, there's another scripture, too. I believe it's Revelation chapter 2. All right? I'm going to bring this one out, and then I'm going to close out. All right? So it reads, the book of Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. All right? And it reads, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. All right, this talking about the elect. All right, and Lord willing, we are of that number, man. Us being the hopeful elect. All right, so a reason, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. All right, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Okay? And that's the type of power we're going to be ruling over these devils, man. All right? So in reality, that cavalier attitude that these devils have is really their pride deceiving them, man. It's really their pride deceiving them. Thinking that they, their kingdom is gonna go on forever. They never gotta pay for what they did. What their ancestors did. What their ancestors did to our people. But what does the scripture say about that? All right, let me see. Prepare blood. And that's a spirit right there, man. You see a little car, a little gasket or whatever. All right, hold on a second. What does the scripture say? For the iniquity Now I was supposed to close out, man, but this is a quick little precept, and then that's what I'm gonna close out with. All right, just bear with me real quick. Okay, so it's in the book of Isaiah chapter 14. All right, so it's in the same book anyways. All right, so we got Isaiah chapter 14. All right, so I'm going to close out with this. All right, so the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of YAHAWASHI with cities. And that's pursuant to Malachi chapter 1 and 4. All right, everything these devils make is gonna get thrown down, man. All right, and that little attitude, that little pompous attitude that they have, that pompous mentality that they have, thinking that they don't gotta answer or recompense or be, that they don't gotta answer for what their forefathers did to our people. All right, it's gonna be it's gonna be done away with, man, and it's gonna be exposed as such, man. A prideful prideful, it's a word for it, man, but it's basically a prideful thought, you know. And YAHAWASHI resisted the proud. All right, so with that, I'm going to say, call Allah Yahawah ba'ashim YAHAWASHI ba'ashim rachakwadash. Forgive me your spirit to do this lesson. I don't want Ratazah Akim or edified from it. All right, with that, I'm going to say, shalom.